First experience with gun violence was seeing a guy get shot in the back. There used to be a corner store down there on that corner on Junction in Buckingham. And the guy was coming out the store going to his car. Another guy came from the side of the store and shot him in the back and took his jacket off of him. And I just took off running and came here. I think that was my first experience with seeing, gun violence, I think. I couldn't have been no more than 11, 12 years old. I didn't tell nobody really about it. The police had came and talked to me the next day and asked me, I guess someone on the block had told them that, I had seen it or whatever. And I told them I didn't actually. Even back then, you couldn't do that. People would kill you about that. You know what I mean? It wasn't, and then it was it wasn't none of my business. You know what I mean? You can't, where I come from, you can't speak up on stuff like that. Yeah, I was 13 when this neighborhood started claiming folks. And I was always around them. My mother was on crack at the time, you know what I mean? Not saying she was no fiend or nothing, you know what I mean? Because she was always, she always took care of her business, but she got high. And she was real abusive. So I stayed here with my grandmother, or I was in the streets at that age. You know what I mean? I was full-fledged in the streets, sleeping in abandoned houses, stolen cars, and I was always around the gang members. So it just became a part of my life. You know what I mean? I went on ahead and got in. Because, when you coming from a broken home with no father, and your mother is in that situation, you know what I mean? You looking for love and acceptance and to be with people who care, and those guys seemed like they cared. So it was a no-brainer. Changing point for me was, I'm out here on the streets, into it with guys, and we trying to kill each other about colors and streets that we don't own. When you go to prison, it's different. Them same guys is your best friends, and that was weird to me. I don't know how nobody else feel about that, but it woke me up. You know what I mean? The same guys that I would kill about a color or a street was the same guys in prison that would kill for me. You see what I'm saying? So it was what is we into it for? What are we beefing for? What is we got a problem with each other for about what? You know what I mean? It just, it didn't make sense to me. So that was the turning point for me where I left it all alone. Being in that hood mentality, it won't let you see the goodness in other people. You know what I mean? Because you so locked in and focused on your side and what your people got going on and who they're against that you can't, all you see is opposition. And when through change, I start seeing partners. I start seeing relationships. I start seeing building and growth. I done lost a lot of people to gang violence, a lot. I've seen a lot of death from gang and gun violence. And it's I done been shot myself. My body all tore up. You know what I mean? I got bullet holes and stuff. But for what? You know what I mean? I think I just reached a point in my life where once I had kids, I want better for my kids. I want to see them grow up and be righteous. You know what I mean? I want to see your kids, everybody kids grow up and be righteous. And I think we don't focus enough attention on our kids. You know what I mean? These kids running around here 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, the parents don't even know where they at. That's my inspiration, is to try to tell them man, what you doing, man? Go in the house. I was going up Joffrey a couple weeks ago. It was probably 6, 7 kids just walking up the street together. The oldest couldn't have been no more than probably 14, 15. So they walk in and I'm coming in my car. I hit the lights, I blow the horn. They looking at me like I'm crazy. So now I pull up on them man, y'all get out the street, let me through. I'm in a car, I'm trying to go, and y'all walking so slow, y'all not gonna move. They got the reaching. I'm wow. Now here it is, I'm in a situation where a child may even take my life for what? That's my inspiration, to try to get them to think. Because you're gonna throw your life away, cause what? Cause you blocking me from coming up the street? It's no morals, it's no respect. It ain't nobody out here really trying to instill nothing in these children. That's my inspiration, is change. I'm an advocate for growth. That's what I believe in.